Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to another DivasWrld live presentation. Today, these students will be taking their time to present what they've learned so far, bringing their creativity to life, and also showing you guys their way of thinking, their creativity, and branding skills. So, if you're joining us for the first time, please subscribe, click on that subscription, turn on your notification for any time we're having presentations like this, because this is the DivasWrld Academy and we always have presentations like this. But today our students will be putting their skill to use. And this is not just about creating something that looks good, it's about understanding a brand, identifying how the brand works, and also the strategy, current positioning, and marketing opportunities for this brand. So from their research, they've been able to identify branding opportunities for this brand that they have created. It is not a real brand, please. It is not a real brand. It is a fictional brand that they've come together to create. So they'll be discussing with you through this presentation. So moving on to the brand identity aspect of the brand, a strong brand is not just about logo, it's not about color. The brand identity is a combination of the visual strategy elements and everything that determines how people recognize and perceive a brand. So with that being said, we would ask these students to present the brand themselves. Are you guys ready to have us? Tumininu, are you here?
Yes, good morning.
All right. So you have the floor.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tuminino, and today we are introducing you to Velora, a brand that came from the passion and creativity and ideas of three ladies who simply wanted to create something beautiful. Well, Velora started with a simple idea. We wanted to create a lip beauty brand that makes women feel confident, beautiful, and effortlessly put together, right? We poured our ideas, creativity, and passion into building a brand that isn't just a lip product, but how those little beauty moments can make you feel. So today we'll be taking you through the journey of Velora, who we are, what we are creating for, what makes us different, our brand personality, and how we plan to build and connect with our audience. So, starting with our brand overview, what exactly is Velora? Velora is a modern lip beauty brand created for women who loves effortless, glossy lips. We are focused on creating comfortable, eye shine products that are easy to wear every day, right? While bringing together beauty, confidence, and self expression. Moving to the second slide, which contains the mission, vision, and goal. Our main mission is to make beauty feel simple, enjoyable, and accessible while still giving our customers quality products. For our vision, we want Velora to grow into a beauty brand that people recognize and trust, not just because of the product, but also because of the community around it. And of course, our goal is to create awareness, build a strong and loyal audience, gain our customers' trust, and untimely increase our sales. For the target audience now, who exactly are we creating Velora for? Our main target audience is women between the age of 18 and 35. This includes students, young professionals, entrepreneurs, and basically anyone who loves beauty and spends time on social media. They want to look good, right? Because they are into something simple, everyday glam, and they want to look good without doing too much, but they also care about the quality and what they are buying, and of course, how it looks. So, moving on to the customer persona. To make our target audience a little more relatable, right? We created a customer's persona called Amara. Amara is 24 and she's a young professional who is very active online. She loves looking good, but doesn't necessarily have the time to sit down and do a full makeup routine every day. So she wants a product that are quick, easy, and can still make her put together. Things like good reviews, beautiful packaging, and affordable prices, and actually seeing the product in use would definitely influence our decision to buy. For the brand positioning, when it comes to positioning, we want Velura to be seen as a modern, fun, and accessible lip beauty brand. It's for women who want that effortless, everyday glam without feeling like they have to do too much. And that's really what our positioning statement, Beauty That Shines With You, represents. For our UPS is your everyday dose of shine. What we really want to focus on is giving our customers that perfect balance of shine, comfort, and everyday wearability. Because of us, it's not just about having glossy lips. The product should also feel comfortable and be something you actually want to reach for every day. Our brand personality. For Velora's personality, we want the brand to be fun, feminine, confident, playful, and modern, but at the same time, very approachable. Basically, we want Velora to feel like that stylish friend who always knows the latest beauty product and is happy to put you on. That is what we want Velora to feel like. Going next to the brand voice and tone. When we communicate, we want to sound friendly, confident, and playful. We don't want Velora to sound too formal or corporate because it's not the kind of relationship we want for our audience. For example, instead of saying our lip gloss is not available, we could say something like your lip cold, they they want more shine. It's simple, playful, and it sounds more like Velora. For our social media direction, social media is going to be a really important part of growing Velora because we want our page to look good. And in as much as we want it to look good, we also want the content to feel relatable and engaging. So we'll be showing the product, sharing beauty tips, jumping on relevant trends, and creating content that actually encourages people to interact with the brand. We have the content pillar. Our content pillar basically gives us a clear idea, right, of what we should be posting. Would be would have beauty would have sorry done would have beauty and educational content, product focused content, relatable lifestyle content, community and engagement content, as well as promotional content. This way, a brand doesn't just feel like we are constantly trying to sell something. There's actually something for our audience to enjoy and communicate with. For the content strategy, the main idea behind our content strategy is simple. We want to attract people first, build a relationship with them, and then turn that relationship into customers. So we are not just going to post content because we want to sell, right? We want our content to educate, entertain, create conversations, and make people feel like they're actually part of a Lora community. And that's basically the idea behind our content strategy. But of course, having a strategy is one thing, and actually putting it into action is another, right? So Fayokemi is going to take us through how we plan to execute this, starting with our posting and engagement strategy.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kemi, and I'll be taking us through our posting strategy and our engagement strategy. So, for our posting strategy, for Velora, our posting strategy is based and built around three things. We have consistency, product visibility, and variety. So we want the brand to stay active and well recognized across platforms. But we don't want to simply post the same content everywhere, like posting same content on TikTok, on Facebook, and on Instagram. So each platform has a different audience and content style. So we adopt the content accordingly. We are going to adopt the content to platform we are using. So for Instagram, we focus more on aesthetic product content, focus on reels, we focus on educational content and stories. So TikTok will be more focused on videos because we all know that TikTok is based on short videos content. So TikTok will be more of video driven, relatable and trends follows. Why our Facebook can be used to share product informations, promotions, and community focused content. So the goal of this our posting strategy is not just to post frequently, but to make sure that every piece of content has a purpose. Next slide, which is the engagement strategy. So posting alone is not enough. So if Velora wants to build a very strong online presence, the brand needs to actually interact with its audience. That means we'll be responding to comments and DMs, we'll be asking questions, we'll be using polls and encouraging customers to share their experiences. So, for example, instead of simply posting a picture of two gloss shades, we can ask, which one are you wearing, shade A or B? More like a Instagram poll thing. So that gives people a reason to participate and give people reason to know more and to say more about the brand. So the goal is to move the audience from being passive followers to active participants in the brand. So for our engagement strategy, the goal is to move the audience from being just a follower to active participant. So I'll leave with our content and growth strategy to our conclusion. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Farida, and I'll be taking over from Farikemi. So now that we've established how Valera will engage with its audience, I'll be taking us through the next stage of the strategy, which is the growth strategy. Starting with our growth strategy, the main objective here is visibility. We want Valera to reach people beyond its current followers and continuously attract new potential customers. We would achieve this through five main approaches. First is the short form videos, like creating beauty content that is entertaining, relatable, and highly shareable. Then the second is the user generated content. We'll encourage customers to create and share their own content using Velora products. This gives the brand authentic content while also helping us reach the customer's audience. Then the third is influencer collaborations. We would work with relevant micro creators in the beauty space because they often have niche, highly engaged audiences that trust their recommendations. And fourth is the trend. We'll pay attention to like relevant TikTok and Instagram trends and adapt them to Velora rather than simply copying what everyone else is doing. Then finally, SEO and keywords. We use searchable beauty related terms in our content so that people looking for lip gloss, lip combinations, and beauty recommendations can discover Velora organically. But getting people to discover Velora is only the beginning. We don't just want views, we want people to feel connected. We want them to feel connected to the brand. That's where the community building comes in. Our goal is to build a community around beauty, confidence, and self expression. For example, with Gloss of the Week, followers can like vote for their favorite shade. With Show Us Your Lip Combo, Customers can share how they style their velour glosses, how they like their combinations to come out. And gloss girls, this is like a slogan. This gives our followers a sense of identity and belonging within the velour community. So instead of having an audience that simply watches our content, we are creating an audience that actively participates in the brand. And once we have attracted the audience and build that relationship with them, the next step is conversion. Our conversion strategy takes the audience through 5 stages, which is awareness, interest, trust, purchase, and retention. First, our content creates awareness. Once people become familiar with Velora, engaging content creates interest, consistent communication, and customer reviews and user generated content then help us build trust. That trust encourages the customer to make a purchase, and after the purchase, we continue engaging them to encourage retention and repeat purchases. So we've come to the end of our presentation. I'll be handing over to Tominino.
So, yeah, to bring everything together, right? Velora is more than just a lip beauty brand. We're creating a brand that's about effortless beauty, confidence, and self expression. From the beginning, we focused on understanding who our audience is, what they want, and how we can create a brand that they can actually connect with, right? Our strategy also is not just about putting products online and hoping people buy. It's about creating content that attracts the right audience, building trust through engagement and community, and making people want to come back to Velora. With a clear brand identity, consistent content, and a strong social media strategy, we believe Velora has the potential to grow from just a beauty brand into a community that people genuinely want to be part of. At the end of the day, we want Velora to be that brand that makes you feel confident, look good, and of course, always have a little extra shine. Thank you so much for joining our presentation, and that will be end of our presentation.
Thank you so much for that presentation. That was really, really impressive. So if you have any question for Farida, Fayokemi, or Tumininu, you can leave that in the comment section. For me, I have a couple of questions to ask Farida, Fayokemi, and Tumininu. Okay, so you guys walked us through a strategy plan, which is actually, I'm actually impressed because you have your, hold on, let that come up. Oh, not here. Please give me a minute. Okay, so you have your growth strategy plan, you have your conversion plan, engagement strategy. What if somebody buys your lip gloss or purchases the brand as you're working with them, and then you have like a negative comment? How do you handle such comments? Any one of you can respond to the question or reply.
Okay, so if you mean a customer buys from the brand and then leaves a negative comment, right?
Like maybe
Um,
they purchased from the brand and then the lip gloss was watery, um or maybe you guys are selling this non-transferable lip gloss, and then the lip gloss is actually transferable. I probably drink from a glass cup and I'm seeing the stains there. How do you handle such comments? And they don't message you, they come to your DM, like your comment section, straight up to tarnish your brand image.
Okay, so when they leave this, we acknowledge the complaint like publicly and respond politely. So at first we're acknowledging it, then we follow up with a sympathy. We show sympathy, right? By avoiding arguments or becoming defensive. After acknowledging it publicly and responding, we move to the DM of that particular person to collect details and then discuss the issue privately. Then we can move on to investigating what happened, or yeah, what happened before, like responding further to know where the issue is coming from, not just basically from what the person is saying. We need to really like investigate to know why. Then from there we can offer a solution. Probably if it's something from the company's brand, we can like offer a replacement, a refund, or correction, or any other appropriate resolution. Then we can follow up with the customer to ensure that the issue has been resolved. Then from then, we as the brand will learn from the feedback and address the issue. And we would not delete the complaint, because removing it for the platform feels like it's something we know about. But we do not delete the complaint, so we just like help the customers to see why this is this and resolve it from the from our end.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you. A comment from Mr. Michael says that's amazing. Nice one, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. I have another question. Now, if you were given let's say you were given 500K to market this brand, what would be your strategy? How would you spend that money to get retention, customers loyalty? I think this question would be directed to Farida, because Farida spoke on I think she spoke on conversion, right? If I'm not mistaken, community building, conversion, retention, growth strategy. So, how would you spend 500K on a brand to bring in conversion, retention, and so on and so forth? Farida, are you in the room with us?
Okay, if I can get your question right, you said if I was giving 500K to market for this brand, right?
Yes.
So what would be my strategy?
Yes.
Okay. If I was giving that amount of money to market Velora, I wouldn't put the entire budget into paid ads or something like that. My strategy would be to like create awareness, build trust, drive conversion, and then retain those customers. I'll divide the budget into like at least four major areas, which are content creations, micro influencers, paid ads, and like giveaway or referral campaigns. So at the awareness stage, I would use short form content and micro influencers to get Valora in front of the right audience. I'll focus on showing the product in I'll focus on showing the product in use rather than just posting. Then for interest and trust, I'll use UGC, like customer reviews, shield demonstrations, lip combo videos. Like people are more likely to buy when they see the products being used by someone they can trust, someone they can relate to. And for conversion, I would use paid ads to push our strongest performing content. Instead of advertising blindly to everyone, I would target who have already interacted with Velura, watch our videos, visited our page, and have showed interest.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
interesting.
Sorry, Farida. Yeah, thank you for the answer, right? But I would like to add like a little something to what she said. So you
Okay,
said
what's it
five
to me?
key marketing strategy, right? She has said it all, but I want to give like a breakdown of the money, right? Our focus, yes, would be to attract, convert, and retain customer. So first off, we are doing a paid ads by putting, let me say, 250K into that. And the reason is because we are targeting the right audience with engagement, UGC, testimonials, and product demonstration. Then we are moving on to influencing marketing. We should put like about 75K into that, where we partner with relevant creators to build awareness and trust. Then the next is conversion. We can put 50K into that. We use this to attract offers such as discounts, bundles, or free delivery to drive purchase. Then moving on to retention, we can use like 75K for that. That we can do that by introducing loyal rewards, referral incentive, and personalized follow-ups to encourage repeated purchases. Then for testing, we can put 50K into that. That's the text different audience and offers. Then invest more in what performs best. So the strategy is attract, convert, retain, turn customers into advocates.
Sharp babes. I like that. I like your answers. I like the fact that you already know how you want to get retention, how you want to attract your customers, the kind of strategy you want to use, and where you be putting majority of your funds. Because if you are giving 500K, we're not expecting you to like put everything into one strategy. You'd have to try multiple strategy, multiple sales funnel, both top, middle, and bottom. And I like the fact that you guys even broke down all the marketing funnels or sales funnels you can possibly come across. I'm impressed. Thank you. So now we have a question from Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael said, critics are inevitable on products like this. Very true. Very true. Especially when you have competitive competitors. Like we know of well-known brands today that create lip gloss from Shine On Cosmetics to the Shine Cartel to Beauty by AD to Dabota to Marvella. We have competitors. So how do you win a customer's loyalty when they compare you with other people or other brands like this? How do you do that? Anybody can answer this question.
Okay, can I? So actually, yes. Criticism are very inevitable. Even comparison too. So our focus would be on showing the brand's unique value rather than attacking competitors, rather than trying to copy their style. We focus on why our own is unique, right? Would listen to the customer, understand what matters to them, highlight our product strengths, and deliver an excellent customer's experience. So, most importantly, would build trust through consistent quality, transparency, and personalized engagement. So, our customers have a reason to come back and choose Velora again. So, the goal is not just to win the comparison, right? But to win the customer's trust so they can come back to Velora.
That was sharp. I like that. Mr. Michael, I hope that answered your question. And I like the fact that you're not comparing, you're not trying to um create a competition where there is none. It is your audiences that will do that for you. But still, you're just trying to show them this is the benefit of having Velour of not having Veloras, and it's your loss if you don't have Veloras products. I like that. So what is the brand's biggest strength so far and how would you leverage that? Let's assume you're working for this brand. Are you chemist? Meaning you can answer this question. Let's assume you're working for this brand already. What's their biggest strength so far and how would you leverage that to your advantage? Did you hear my question? Or do you want me to
I
come
was,
again?
no, that's fine. I'll take
Okay.
that also.
Ah, sharps. All right.
So the brand's biggest strength is its unique value proportion and ability to connect with its target audience. So we can leverage these by consistently communicating what makes the brand different using customers' testimonial, UGC, storytelling, and strong product focused content. So by turning our strength into a clear and consistent message, we can differentiate the brand, build trust, increase conversion, and encourage customers' loyalty.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that answer. So, does anybody else have any question for them? Please, you can drop your questions in the chat and we will, you know, read it out to them. Please ensure that you're dropping your questions. And if this is your first time seeing DivasWrld Academy, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, and also share this live stream for those people that want to join an academy. They don't know where to learn digital marketing skills and they are looking to empower themselves before the end of the year. So, with that being said, if you're also a brand and would like to employ any of these interns, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to employ anybody as your intern, from Farida to Kelly to Minnie. They're all available for internship and full time role. Or are you guys not available for full time role? To me, are you not? Farida, well, they are. If they will not answer for themselves, I will answer for them. I know them like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
And
We are very ready.
very, very available, very ready. So bring your brand. They will break down brand strategy like this for you. They'll create a brand audit and they would, if you want them to present like this, they'll be done with their training by next week. So they might not really present for you, but they are going to break down your brand into strategies that would work, bring up content strategy, create a good content calendar. And if that content calendar, if the strategy in that content calendar is not working, they are the kind of student that would go back, look at what's not working, look at what's working, bring one or two together and then re-strategize and make sure that your brand is achieving its mission, vision, objective, and goals. And every content that they schedule on your page or on your for your brand has a content goal. So they are not just posting because they feel like they know what they are doing. They are posting because they actually know what they are doing. And from this presentation, you can actually tell that by yourself, can't you? So if you have any question for them, drop that in the chat. And in DivasWrld Academy, we have courses that we offer, but we're bringing in new courses by the next cohort training. We're bringing in AI creation and many more. So currently, we're doing social media management, content creation, content writing, copywriting, and strategy and planning. With also branding, but that is on under strategy and planning. We also have other opportunities in the academy with our training objective. And this opportunity comes with podcast feature opportunity. You want them to present like this for your brand. Reach out to us and we'll do that for you. If you cannot reach out to us on WhatsApp, you can also you can go to our website at www.divasworld.com and send us an email, direct email, and we'll work on your brand for you. But if you cannot reach us out with our website, you can send us a message at 07058488416 and send us a message. We also have agency opportunities, which also entails this interns working for you, collaboration with the agency. If you need a content creator, content strategist, brand identifier, from this presentation, you can also tell that they know how to identify a brand because this brand doesn't exist. I repeat, Velora lip gloss doesn't exist. They created it, they broke down the strategy, they gave you a conversion strategy, retention strategy, community building strategy. Is not easy, I promise you. but they will do it and they will make it seem easy. That is why they are here today. I have one more question before we end the live stream. And this question is for Farida. Farida, if your strategy fails, what would you change first? Farida, are you here?
Eh, sorry. So, if my strategy fails, hopefully it doesn't, I wouldn't immediately abandon the entire plan. I'll first look at the data to identify where the problem is, and if people are seeing the content but not engaging, I'll change the content and messaging. If they are engaging and not purchasing, I'll look at the offer, pricing, or conversion process. I'll test different creatives, hooks, CTAs, and audience segments. Then, then I'll scale what performs best. My approach is simple. I don't guess. I test, measure, learn, and adjust.
I had to clap for your last line. You don't guess, you test, you measure, you something, something. I like
Everybody clap
that.
for me now.
I'm clapping, I'm clapping. That is impressive. You guys, I'm telling you, these interns are the best. They're no longer students because they are going to be graduates. And this is an invitation for you to join their graduation portfolio presentation next week. Tuminino will be presenting on Monday, Farida will be presenting on Wednesday, and Fayokemi will be presenting on Friday. So don't miss it. If you have an intern in mind right now, show up for that intern during their portfolio presentation. This intern will show you what they've learned, the certification they've gathered together during their training. They would also show you brands that have broken down like this because like I said, Velora doesn't exist. If you look at this presentation, we have a logo on board. This is a logo and a name. From the logo and the name, we have the brand overview. From the brand overview and the brand essence, we also have what's the next one, their mission and vision. From the mission and vision, we have their target audience. Target audience broken down by the age, the interest, the problem, and the solution. And I'm pretty sure you want this for your brand, don't you? Except if your brand has other problems, they will solve it. I trust them, and you should trust them too. And from target audience, we have customer persona. So aside your target audience, there is actually a customer in that audience for you. We have 8 billion people in this world, and you think 1 million cannot be your customer. Have a rethink. And do you know what? These students can allocate those 1 million customers for you if you let them, if you employ them, and if you scan the QR code on your screen right now. From customers persona, they also broke down the brand positioning and USP. Brand positioning, meaning Velora positioned itself as a modern, fun, and accessible lip gloss beauty brand. Don't forget, every woman wants to look effortlessly glamorous every day. So it's for you, it's for your babe, it's for your mom, your sister, your aunt. As long as you have a woman in your life, in your family, this brand is for them. And then the brand has a personality. It's feminine, it's confident, it's playful and approachable. Meaning, if I use a Valora lip gloss, you can actually approach me. Yes, you can walk up to me and talk to me. But if I'm not using a Valora lip gloss, I'll be moody, I'll be sad, and then the brand has a tone, has a voice, has a personality. There's a way they communicate with their customer, and then they have a strategy. The strategy has a growth strategy, an engagement strategy, which actually leads you to community building and growth strategy. Then we have the retention and many more. I'm going over this for those of you that missed the beginning of this live stream, but go back to the beginning of this live stream after the live stream because it's going to be on YouTube, and watch it from the get go because they broke it down better than I'm doing now. And at the end of the day, the three amazing interns and students that presented this presentation are Farida, Fayokemi, and Tumininu. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. You guys don't have any question for us, but we want you to scan the QR code because at the end of the day, we want you to employ somebody. So employ somebody today for your brand. And if you don't have a brand and you're thinking of starting a business, you can employ somebody that would break down a strategy for you, that would break down your brand for you, create a brand identity, a brand persona, brand personality, tone, voice, mission, vision. And then at the end of the day, they would bring that brand to life by posting consistently, strategically, and what? With intention. Thank you so much for joining our live stream. What do you guys want to say to everybody watching right now? Thank you for joining. Tell everybody thank you for joining.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you
Bye,
for
guys.
joining.
Bye.
Bye.